It's the playoffs. Some great basketball is being played, and that made me think and wonder, what are some of the greatest postseason runs that's ever happened in NBA history? Of course, we know years like LeBron in '98, MJ in '91, Curry in '15, Westbrook in '16, all those years. But my question is, what is the greatest postseason run in NBA history? Let's get right into it. Starting off with number 10. Number 10 on this list, I got Allen Iverson in 2001. Let's talk about it. First of all, leading up to the postseason run, Allen Iverson would lay claim to his first and only MVP award that year. And he would also win his second scoring title that year at the age of 25. And his averages would be 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. No, 4 assists a night. Look, I messed up, human. And he also led the league in steals for the first time, starting off his 3P for leading the league in steals. But now let's talk about his playoff stats in the 0-1 playoffs. Allen Iverson would play in 22 games during this playoff run. And he would average 32 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists with 2 steals a night. And of course, his shooting splits would be 38, 33, and 77. Now, okay, those averages don't look too good, but you got to think about who Allen Iverson had around him during this time. He had guys like Eric Snow, the Kemba Mutombo, older the Kemba Mutombo, which was still pretty valuable to the Sixers, but he wasn't the same the Kemba Mutombo on the Nuggets as such. And him and his team would be the only team during 2001 to get a win off against the Lakers. The only team. And now let's talk about some of his series stats. So, up against the Pacers, Allen Iverson, he would average 31 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists with 2 steals a night. They have 41, 26, and 79 shooting splits by playing 46 minutes a night, doing everything he could for the Sixers. And with that, him and the Sixers would advance to the second round, winning the series in 4 games. The next series would be against the Raptors. It would be a harder fought battle for AI and the Sixers. It would go to 7 games. And AI stats for these 7 games would be 33 points a night, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals a night. While I have shoot splits of 40, 43, and 79 while playing 46 minutes a night. Doing absolutely everything, literally everything he could for the 76ers. Then in the next round would be another hard fought battle where they would play the Bucks, and in this series, Allen Iverson would average 30 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals a night, with shooting percentage of 34, 33, and 78. This man was doing everything, putting on his cape, winning another 7-game series going against the Los Angeles Lakers, which everybody knew the Sixers wasn't going to beat the Lakers, but they were the only team to pull off a win against the undefeated Lakers. The only team. And during the Lakers series, Allen Iverson would have another great run, but unfortunately it was not enough to beat the 16-1 Lakers. And with that being said, that would cap off one of the greatest playoff runs in NBA history. Moving on to number 9 on this list. Number 9 on this list, I damn near put Derrick White 2024 playoff run. You see what he did to them Heat boys? Oh my goodness. But nah, for real, number 9 on this list, I got 2014 to 2015 Stephen Curry. In that playoff run, a star was born, and that star would change the NBA forever. Let's get into that playoff run. So, Stephen Curry would start off his 2015 playoff run with a bang, averaging 33 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal a night against the New Orleans Pelicans, and his shooting splits would be 45, 41, and 85. Kicking off one of the greatest playoff runs in NBA history. His best performance this series, was 40 points against the Pelicans in Game 3. He would have 40 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. That boy went crazy that game, and he would hit a total of 7 threes that night and had a total of 13 free throws. Man, Curry got a good whistle back then, I guess, but now, not so much. Moving on to his next playoff series. His next playoff series during this run will come against the grit and grind Grizzlies. Now, if you was a fan during the 2010s of the NBA, you know the Grizzlies played great defense, and they definitely showcased it against Stephen Curry during this playoff run. So And this series, Steph Curry will average 24 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals a night, which is pretty good. And his shooting split will be 42, 40, and 79. He cannot hit no free throws during this series. But his best game during this series was in Game 4. In Game 4, Steph Curry will have 33 points, tagging on 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. And his shooting split will be 50, 44, and 77. This was not that good of a run for Stephen Curry, especially during 2015, but his team was still able to get it done, and they will advance to the Western Conference Finals for the first time during the Stephen Curry era. And his next series, it will be against the Houston Rockets, and we all know what Steph like to do to them Rocket boys, and he sure did start off this series with a bang. In the first 3 games of the Western Conference Finals, Stephen Curry will average 35 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal a night, and his shooting splits will be 61, yes, 61, 58, and 81. Started it off hot, and then for the remainder, or for the series as a whole, Stephen Curry would average 31 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals a night, and then off the Rockets and advance to the NBA Finals for the first ever time. The 2015 Finals. I hate this series. And this is where the hatred for Steph Curry from 2015 to 2020 started for me. This series, Steph Curry averaged 26 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. And he would go on to win his first ever NBA championship during the Dubs dynasty. Moving out to number 8 on this list, we gotta go 08-09 LeBron James. This man was on a different playing field during this season, man. He was athletic. He was one of the best two-way players in the league. He had the greatest vision in the league. He was becoming the best player in the world at that point. I'm pretty sure he was the best player in the world at that point. LeBron in 2009 is definitely one of the most underrated players to ever play basketball. In the first round of 2009 NBA playoffs, LeBron James will go against the Detroit Pistons. And in this series, LeBron James will average 32 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal a night while shooting 50, 17, and 79. LeBron didn't have a 3-point game. At this point, we all know this. So, that 17% doesn't surprise nobody. But him and the Cavaliers would get rid of them boys easily and advance to the second round, where he would play the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron owned the Hawks his whole career. There's never been a point where the Hawks was just better than LeBron James by himself. But in this series, LeBron James would average 33 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2.5 steals. Oh my goodness. While shooting, hold on, listen to this. 55, 48% from 3 on 6 attempts a night. 48%. And 69% from the free throw line. Nice number. Now advancing to his second Eastern Conference Finals, where he would go against the Orlando Magic, and in this series, the iconic shot LeBron James would take to win the game happened. Oh yeah, let's give a little context on this season. This was during the time where the NBA was running promotions for LeBron James and Kobe Bryant to be in the NBA. Well, not the NBA running the promotions for it. Nike was running promotions for it because they had 2 of the biggest stars in the world, 2 of the best players in the world under the same brand, and it was running a promotion for them to meet up in the 2009 NBA Finals. Which, of course, that didn't happen, but yeah, that's some backstory to go on with this. LeBron James and Kobe Bryant was a big deal during this time period, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But now, let's get on to the Orlando Magic series. In this series, LeBron James will average 38 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1.2 steals a night, and 1.2 blocks a night, while having shooting splits of 48, 29, and 74. And unfortunately, that was not enough to get to the NBA Finals, where he would end up playing Kobe Bryant. That wasn't enough. And LeBron James would lose this series, capping off one of the greatest playoff runs in NBA history, especially from a guy that's under 30 up until that point. I think LeBron was only like 24 at this point. And that's insane. He was doing this at 24 years old. Really shows his greatness. Moving on to number 7 on this list. Number 7 on this list is Michael Jordan's first playoff run. The reason it's number 7 on this list, I need views. And Michael Jordan pulls in views, so of course I'm going to put him on this list somewhere. Maybe put him in the thumbnail somewhere too. So yeah, his first playoff run where he would score 63 points against the Boston Celtics wasn't really nothing special because he ended up losing the series. But yeah, let's talk about it. I would like to apologize It was not Michael Jordan's first playoff run. It was his second, the 1986 finals, where he would drop 63 points against the Boston Celtics. So let's talk about the series. During this series, Michael Jordan would average 43 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals a night with 1 block a night to go along with that. And his shooting would be 50, basically fucking zero. He didn't take many threes during this series, and 87% from the free throw line. His first game in the playoffs was his fifth game in the playoffs. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. J-Do knows the ball. His fifth game in the playoffs ever. He dropped 49 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists with 2 steals and a block. And his shooting split would be 50 and 86. He didn't take any threes this game. Oh my goodness. Second game, 63 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals with 2 blocks. And then you have shooting splits of 53 and 90. He took 21 free throws this game. How the hell during the 80s you get into the free throw line that much? Really, the NBA's holding board. And the series where he could possibly get a win off, he didn't. He had 19 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Okay, I talked about MJ. Give me the views now. Moving on to number 6. Let's cut to the chase and talk about Kyrie's 2016 finals. So, at Kyrie's 2016 finals, he averaged 27 points, have 3 rebounds a night, and 3 assists a night. But let's talk about some of the more important games, their closeout games. So, in the first game, where the Cavs were facing adversity, Kyrie would have 34 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists with 3 steals and a block. And his shooting would be 50, 33, and 80. And then on to the next game. In game 5, Kyrie would have 41 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block with shooting splits of 70, 71, and 100. And the next game, he would have 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists with 2 steals and 2 blocks. And his shooting splits would be 38, 40, and 100. And in game 7, he would have 26 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block with shooting splits of 43, 40, and 100. And of course, hit one of the most clutch shots in NBA history. With that being said, let's move on to number 4 on this list. Number 4 on this list being LeBron James 2016 NBA Finals run. Oh my gosh, LeBron, this finals run was freaking crazy. But like I did with Kyrie, let's talk about just the finals, because that's what cemented it. In the finals, LeBron James averaged 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, almost 9 assists a night. And of course, we're going to start off with game 4 like we did with Kyrie. In game 4, LeBron James will have 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks for shooting of 52, 20, and 50. Hey, LeBron don't hit threes or free throws. We know this. Next game, game 5. LeBron will have 41 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks for shooting of 53, 50, and 62. Game 6, LeBron James would again have 41 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks with shooting of 59, 50, and 75. And in game 7 to close that game, LeBron James will have 27 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists with 2 steals, 3 blocks, and shooting of 37, 20, and 80. And of course, he will have one of the most, if not the most clutch block in NBA history in game 7. Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Honestly, I can finish out this list with the rest of just LeBron James playoff runs, because really, he is the all-time greatest playoff performer, so I can just finish it out with his runs, but I'm not going to do that. So, for number 3 in this list, I have Kobe Bean Bryant's 2003 playoff run. And this playoff run for Kobe Bryant, he would average 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And his shooting splits as a whole would be 43, 40, and 82. Now let's get into his matchups. In Kobe's first round of the 2003 NBA playoffs, he would average 31 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds with 1 steal a night to go along with that. That boy was just 22 years old doing this against the Timberwolves. And of course, his shooting splits would be 43, 35, and 86. Shooting 35% from 3 in the early 2000s is kind of insane. I mean, it's still good now. That's still average. But back then, that was kind of crazy. In the semifinals up against the San Antonio Spurs, Kobe Bryant would average 32 points. Listen to this, 5 rebounds and 3 assists with 1 steal a night, and shooting would be 43, 44, and 78. from the field, and they will advance to the Western Conference Final for the third time in a row. And of course, in the Western Conference Finals, they would get it done and then move on to the NBA Finals and close out the NBA Finals and win his third championship in a row, making this one of the greatest playoff runs in NBA history. Moving on to the top 2. Number 2 on this list, I have Michael Jordan in 1991. Of course, this Michael Jordan was going to make the list. Did you expect anything different? Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the 1991 NBA playoffs will average 31 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds during the 1991 playoffs. And of course, his shooters will be 52, 38, and 84 a night. Listen to this. He will have 500 points scored, 100 rebounds, 142 assists, 40 steals, and 23 blocks. And by the way, 142 assists to only 43 turnovers. And of course, he'd be one of the best two-way players in the league, if not the best two-way player in the league during this playoff run. And he will also bring home his first ever NBA championship. And I'm pretty sure the first championship the Bulls ever won. Did I just say pretty sure? I did a whole video on the Bulls 6 championships. Did I just say pretty sure? No, I didn't mean to say pretty sure. But he will bring home the Bulls' first ever NBA championship. Moving on to number 1 on this list. What did you expect? Number 1 on this list is 2018 LeBron James. Need I say more? I might as well just end the video here. I might as well. In the 2018 playoffs, LeBron James will average 34 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal a night, with shooting splits of 53, 34, and 74. And listen to this. He will have 748 points, 200 rebounds, 198 assists, 30 steals, and 23 blocks. And he will only have 94 turnovers during this playoff run. And of course, we all know about Game 1 of the NBA Finals in 2018, where LeBron James played a full entire game, had 51 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, trying to bring the Cavs home a championship. But of course, it just couldn't be possible going against the Avengers. And of course, this will now cap off the greatest runs in playoff history, with 2018 LeBron James being at the head of the list. Now, of course, you may disagree with me. That's fine. Or you may agree with me. That's great. But if you disagree, give me the reason why below. And if you made this fun of you, might as well like and sub, or don't. That's your choice. But I am.